By now, I think you've got quite used to my stay safe, stay sane. Now, neither of them seems to be that easy. Staying safe, people take all kinds of precautions to avoid getting the virus, and somehow they seem to get it anyway. And stay sane. My gosh, there's so much stress in our lives at the moment, and there's so much beating down on us. Is the virus real? Has it been blown out of proportion? Then you hear of people you know, and then you worry about the economy, and is the vaccine going to work? And the stress just kind of builds and builds and builds, and eventually you think you're going to go meshuggah, particularly because we don't have the normal social structures that would help us through a time like this. So how do you stay sane? It's interesting because we're told that when the brothers threw Joseph into a pit, so it says that the pit was empty and it had no water. Straight away, the Talmud says if it had no water, obviously it was empty. So what are you telling me? And the Talmud deduces that it was empty of healthy, life-giving water, and instead it was filled with snakes and scorpions. And there's a Hasidic insight that says this is actually a metaphor for the human mind. When the mind is not filled with water, when it's not filled with something which is life-giving, with something that is healthy, it will naturally be filled with gremlins. It will naturally be filled with inappropriate, toxic, negative, self-defeating thoughts. And that's just how we are. We are predisposed to worry, to anxiety, to stress, to depression. So it's our responsibility then to fill our minds. You don't just stay sane. You make yourself sane. Now today in the Hayom Yom, which is the daily thought that the Rebbe composed for every day of the year, he says that we need to take words of Torah, even if we don't know the content, just words like words of a Mishnah or words of the book of Tanya, and commit them to memory. Just simply so that any time that we feel negative thoughts coming into our heads, you just repeat that mantra, those words of Torah in your head, and it has an incredible power to be able to neutralize the negativity, the anxiety, the stress, the depression. And that's how we stay sane. You should really try it. Have a great day, stay safe, and stay sane.